It's Illustrator for Bloggers with Allison from The Allison Show, and in this episode I'm going to show you how to make a clipping mask, how to release that clipping mask. I'm also going to show you some of the troubles that can come up while you're doing clipping masks so they don't trip you up, and we're going to review some things we learned. I'm going to do this very general, but imagine yourself using these steps to create a tutorial, to create a mood board, to create what to buy for Father's Day, a shopping guide. I have some images that I've imported, but I'm going to show you how to do that. File, place, and then go ahead and look for whatever images you want. Well, that's a good one right there. And as I showed you in an earlier video, we have our artboard all set up to be the size of our blog, which my blog is 570 pixels wide. I've created some shapes using my rectangle tool. You can change the color or the fill of my shape over here. This is the fill. Right now there's no fill on my shape. If I wanted a blue box, whee, there's a blue box. The stroke is the outline. You can see I'm toggling back and forth between those. If this is on top and I'm trying to change the stroke color, it's going to be very frustrating because I can only access the fill or the inside color. So toggle back and forth, just click on it, it will pop it up to the front. If you double click on it, it's going to go ahead and open up your colors, change them to whatever you like. However, when we are making a clipping mask, I find it is easiest if there is no fill, so X the fill, and there's just an outline. I've already prepared two shapes that I know fit into the width of my column for my blog. I'm going to lead with this amazing picture of me. I'm fully aware I look like an idiot. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see what we're doing. Here is a picture, and I want to crop out this little Method smile booth. I don't want that in my picture, so I'm going to make it a little bit larger. And to do that without warping it, I am using my black arrow, and I've selected the image, and I am holding Shift. And that allows me to size my picture. Now, as you can see, I have my box right here that I just selected using my black arrow, but it is behind my picture. In order to make a clipping mask, I always need the vector image. The vector image is the shape on top. So, Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. Again, the way I did that, I selected the image the vector image that I wanted with the black arrow, and I went Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. Now both of the shapes that I want to clip the image to are on top. We have the two rectangles. So let's go ahead and make the clipping mask. I want to make sure that this is entirely out of it. As I said before, I'm going to select both images by making sure that I have the black arrow selected, and then clicking and dragging over both images. That's how I can select multiple images. I could actually select all the images if I wanted, but because I'm making a clipping mask with just these two images, I'm going to select both of those. To make the clipping mask, I go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. And there we go. Now, if I looked at my clipping mask and I didn't like the way that it had cropped the picture for whatever reason, I would click on the image and go to Object, Clipping Mask, Release. This is what's going to happen when you do that. Here's your picture, and where did your box go? The stroke or the outline, when you make the clipping mask, it negates it, so it's gone. So if you want to be able to see your image again, this can be very confusing for some people. If you want to see your image again, just, figure out what it is. I'm dragging my mouse and finding it. and then I'm going over to my outline and fill, and I'm gonna click on the stroke to bring it to the forefront, double click it to bring up my colors, pick a color, and now I can see my shape up again so I can make my clipping mask. So troubleshooting, come back and check that out if you've released a clipping mask and you're getting frustrated, okay? So let's make our clipping mask, dragging, selecting both shapes, object, clipping mask, make. It's a beautiful thing. And now we are gonna make a clipping mask of this lovely lady by dragging our mouse to select both images. Another way to select both images would be to hold Shift, click on both things you want to select, and then object, clipping mask, make. And we have the start of a little mood board or art board. And one reason this method is so great for blogging is because Pinterest is really changing the way we get traffic. You can make a series of images and they're all combined so that when somebody pins them, they're getting more than just the one image. So keep that in mind. That could be a good thing or a bad thing depending how much you want to give away. To learn how to add some images and type to your mood board and how to export it for the web, check out my next video.
Let's travel the world together.